to go. What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I guess I could turn the lights on for now, but when I start recording, I'm going to turn the lights off. But how's everyone doing? We have a very exciting stream today, and it could end kind of horribly, or it could be flawless. Hopefully it's not like last week, because, yeah, I kind of dropped the ball last week, not reading the instructions, but, yo, let me just show you. Oh, man. How much paperwork. So this is, I don't think this is all the paperwork. I think there's still some left in some of the boxes, but like, in terms of everything that's gone into the system, let me fan out the different paperworks and like the warranties that come with this and manuals. You see like all this different stuff. So yeah, which is good because obviously a custom loop is kind of like a more advanced thing, but I was definitely trying to just try to use the knowledge I already had of PCs to try to do it without the instructions last week. So for the people who called me out to read the instructions, thank you for doing that. But yeah, I think I'm good to do the pump test though. I know what I need to do. I looked it up, so I'm prepared this week. So yeah, but I'll show you the system in a bit here. Just gonna wait for people to get to the stream and stuff like that. So Added Place 57 says hi, nerd on a budget. No response. Okay, I can't say hi to everybody. Like everybody's saying hi. And yeah, I can only say hi to like every few like minutes, you know. So, but hello, because you called me out, I'm gonna say hi and make you feel bad. But I'm just kidding. How's everyone doing? Let's see. Don't lose any of these. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these all in a special box. Just keep them in the box and never read them again, hopefully. But what keyboard do I have? My keyboard should be in the information, but I'll say it just because I can show it as well. We're just chilling here, waiting for people to come on stream. This is a Keychron K4. What I love about this keyboard is that it basically has the numpad on a smaller footprint than a full-size keyboard. This is considered 92%, I believe. 92 or 96, I forget. But yeah, it's much more compact than a typical full 104 keyboard. And then it has Gateron Browns, I believe, switches, and then I hand looped each of them. Kind of. I cheated. I just pushed the stem down and put a brush in them. I didn't legitimately take it apart because it's soldered in. But yeah. Let's see. What is up, Chris? Are you home, Chris, or are you still driving home? Oh, I gotta tweet this out. I always forget to tweet. Okay, so that is good to go. The tweet is live. Yeah, but how's everyone doing? If I forget later on in stream, because this isn't gonna take the whole time. This isn't gonna be a complete custom loop stream. But if I forget later on, can y'all remind me to look at the graphics card pricings for the newly released AMD 6000 series, and then also just talk to you all about it, because I'm curious what everyone's thoughts are. You can, I guess, talk to me about it now if you want, but we're going to get started here in a little bit. But yes, let's see. Andrew Woodford is driving home. Are you going to the gym or going to play Magic or anything tonight, Andrew, or are you just chilling? Have you shifted your schedule? And if you did, then I feel honored, but you probably didn't shift it for me. You probably shifted it for something else if you did. Oh, you are headed to the gym. Okay, to the JIM. Hope you have a good workout. Home in 20 minutes, says Chris. We can do AMD first. Getting pumped so you could get pumped. Okay, so here's these light bars I might need. I think the new AMD cards are kind of a scam. So the card that I got was the 6650 XT, and from what I saw, it was about a linear performance increase for the increased dollar amount. But I know mine was only, so the 6650 XT was only $20 more than the previous version, but the 6750 was $50 more, and then the 6950 XT was like $100 more, right? So I think the 6650 XT, in my opinion, it's not like a money grab as much. Though obviously we would like to see the prices be below MSRP. MSRP should be like the max the price is, right? Especially given some of these, the card is a refresh of a 1-year-old card. Like they should be below MSRP by this point. They just aren't. But yeah. Let's see. Addit plays. Can you see my setup? Oh crap, I need to get my phone. My phone was dead, so I was charging it, but my setup is a huge mess right now. But let me see if I can get this to work. We have Alright, give me 1 second. So we got the browser here. I don't need the browser though. I need the Droid Cam. Okay. Oh, this working? Hey, it's working! Alright, so if you want to look at my setup right now, which, if you want to see a better version of my setup, by the way, you should watch the video on the channel. Because right now it's really messy. But this is what the setup's looking like tonight. So I'm going to be recording stuff. Like, I'm going to be recording with my DSLR. I'm going to be recording with this camera too. Just so that I can get high-speed footage of this being filled up. But we have the system right here. I got the coolant, got the squeeze bottle. I'm going to use an external power supply. Just so that if there's any leaking, it doesn't go onto a powered, you know, that one underneath the grill there. And then there's this build from this weekend's video. And I got towels and paper towels on deck. But yeah. This is the setup for tonight. Here's the back view of it. Kind of very messy. Alright, let's see. This thing's so bright. Is that Wi-Fi cam? It's basically my phone doing NDI Droid Cam over to OBS. So I can use it as a portable cam. Yeah, so it is through Wi-Fi. Alright, let me make sure I can do my slow motion camera. Open camera. Jake just got a job at Micro Center. Nice. Jake, which Micro Center? So I'm going to be going to California in July for a wedding. It's in San Diego, the wedding anyways. But I'm really trying to get up to Tustin so I can go to Micro Center and get some B-roll footage and then maybe make content there. But yeah, I think it would be pretty chill to work at Micro Center. I feel like the quality of customers going to Micro Center would be pretty high. Like the type of people, hopefully, I'm assuming here, right? Like PC enthusiasts and stuff, as opposed to going to any other big box store like, let's say, Best Buy, Target, or Walmart or something. I think Micro Center, because it's very specialty, hopefully, like, in terms of if you have to work with customer service, it's a lot better than a lot of other non-computer specific stores. Counting Kid says, did you move? No, we've been at this house. I moved my office or my studio from upstairs to down here, but we've been in this house for 4 years, coming up on 4 years now. You're in Houston. Okay. Wait, no, I'm in Houston. Yeah, Houston, Texas. So, yeah, Drebler Gaming can give you a visit. Yeah, get that. I'm curious if they do have an employee discount program. And if so, I wonder if it's like more than 10%. Because that's what most places are. Oh, the background looks different because it's messy. I got stuff back there as well as cameras and tripods here for when we do the fill up. But, okay, so I think, oh, cannot forget. So where's that media source at? This doesn't apply to most people because most of y'all already subscribed, but if there are any new people here, there's that, as well as channel membership appreciation. So to all the channel members, which we're growing a pretty big group of people here, thank you for your support. I show this every stream, and I show this at I try to show this at the end of every video. I think I've been doing most of them. But yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to the channel members. A lot of them are in chat tonight. As always, y'all can spam all those emotes if you want. I will not get you for spamming. That's the point of them. But yeah, YouTube is starting to add a lot more stuff for membership to try to compete with Twitch. So I'm excited for that. I really want them to do like movable emojis or like GIF emojis. That would be so nice to have animated emojis. But yeah, big shout out to all the channel members again for your support. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna have to move this camera, and I'm trying not to knock over my water and like make a huge mess here. So give me 1 second. So we're gonna fill up this system. So let me move this right here for now, and we will. I'm gonna try to keep up with chat as I show the system. But all right, y'all remember how I was failing last week? Like I got 1 tube bend in. I only got 1 tube bend in. And it didn't even fit, like it didn't work at all. So let me show you what's going on here with the system so far. And then we're gonna fill this up, we're gonna run the pump, and we're gonna hope for no leaks. And then afterwards, we're gonna get back to our regularly scheduled programming. You know, this isn't gonna be a full leak test stream. This is just the beginning of the stream. All right. So here's a closer look up of all the bends that I did. So to show you the route, this is the outlet for the pump reservoir. So it's going to go out here, go into the graphics card. Graphics card goes up here into the CPU. CPU goes up here to this top radiator. Top radiator exits behind here. If you remember, it was a super tight fit back there. And I had to use a new piece of tube for this. And I recycled the one that got messed up. Let me see if I can get a better light. Here, this flashlight will be better. But yeah, if we look back here, you got a tube run back there all the way across the back behind the radiator going into right there. So then it comes out here near the front down to here. Now, one thing I do want to note is that this has so many offsets. Like if you see where this fitting is relative to here, you can't really see it from a front view, but there is a slight offset into the plane or into the page, like into the Z axis, right? Like if this is X here, Y, and then Z is into the page. Yeah, so like these two are not planar with each other. So there are slight, like this comes out towards the screen a little bit. If you look at right here, look at this one. So right here, it looks fine. It looks like it's vertical, but if you look from the side, I actually had to do a weird bend to try to get it to come down and get straight into the fitting because of where this location is and the radius. So yeah, I spent an entire day doing this, probably 8 hours the day after that last week's stream. But this is where we're at right now. So, let me stop this real quick. Oops, no. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you can add a GPU into the loop as well. So before we get to that though, let's talk about some Harbor Freight specials here. So remember, this was the heat gun that I used last week. I've had this heat gun for, I think 6 years or so. I've had this heat gun, this Drill Master. If y'all know Harbor Freight, Drill Master. I'm not sure if they still sell Drill Master brand stuff. They didn't have this at Harbor Freight anymore. This died on me the day after stream. This worked all throughout stream last week on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, when I went back to do the tube bends, it just straight up died. So then I had to go to Harbor Freight and buy a replacement, which is almost the exact same gun. It looks very similar. Slight differences, but they didn't have Drill Master brand anymore. They only had this Warrior brand. So this was 16 bucks, I believe, and this finished off the project for me. So yeah, this, I didn't get the warranty because obviously the warranty would have only lasted like what, 1 or 3 years or something, and this would have outlasted the warranty. So I think it's not worth it to buy a warranty. Just buy a new heat gun each time. But yeah, so I thought that was a little bit funny. Yes. Wait, Harbor Freight lasts just as long as until you actually need it. No, I got a lot of use out of that Drill Master one. I use it to remove labels and shipping packaging stuff all the time. And I use it to like heat up adhesives to clean it off easier. So that was very useful. But yeah, in terms of, so this is the damage I did. So I do have one pristine tube left. So the Corsair kit comes with 6 total tubes. And as you saw there, I just showed you 5 different runs. So I do have one untouched tube. So I was able to recycle my mess up and not mess up any whole tubes. So I'm a little proud of myself for that, for not like completely screwing it up and running out of tubes, because that could have been an issue. But then yeah, here's a bag of just like leftover cut tubes that I have. So I'm gonna use this to I'm actually gonna burn these to see how long they take to like form bubbles and stuff, because that was the issue with last week's stream. I was, as a new tube bender, and even the day afterwards, I was really afraid of heating these up too much to the point where they would bubble and be destroyed. So I'm gonna just hold these, you know, these are spare ends that I'm not gonna be able to use anyways. I'm gonna hold these up to a heat gun for as long as I can and get like it set in my mind how much leeway I have for heating them up. But yeah, this is a bunch of just leftover. Like you can see, I have some like radiuses from here that I had to cut off, as well as like very small bits that I had to cut off with the hacksaw. So that was very annoying. But yeah. All right. So the way this is gonna work for us to fill this up, I'm gonna use this because the access to fill up the coolant is up here, and I can't fit this. You know, this is a big bottle of coolant. I need something that can basically be flexible enough to fit in there and squeeze it. So we're gonna be using this is Corsair's XL, what is it, XL8? Yeah, it's just clear performance coolant. I'm not going to do any dye on this one. I think clear is going to look pretty sweet with and reflecting the lights from the RGB and stuff on the clear tube, the clear liquid rather. So we're going to be going with this. And then this is a little pump squeeze bottle that comes with the kit. So I'm going to fill this up and then slowly squeeze it. But, let's see. Jungle XLD Chain says, do you like the shirt? Do you have merch available? Yeah. Is the merch shelf shown down below on the stream? I know in the videos it should be showing up, but there should be a merch shelf that actually has pictures of the merch and you can buy there. Or there's a description. Let me check. Let me make sure there's a description. Yeah, it says official merch. Yeah, the bonfire sword. So that's where you can get this shirt as well as other pretty cool merch. But, alright, so we got that going on. The way that I'm going to power the system is using... I actually have... This is I did a video where I upgraded a friend's computer, and this was the power supply that he had in it. It's a TX 650 watt. This is a really old power supply. But I'm going to be using this to power the pump. The pump is powered by Molex, as well as you can plug into the, I think, 4-pin connector for the pump control speed. But right now, we just need the pump to run to basically get the liquid filled up in the entire system. So I will be using this, and the point of having this out of the system again is so that if there's any leaks, you don't have leaks going near a powered power supply, which will be down here. Like it could potentially leak into there. So I'm just trying to play it safe. So I'm gonna plug this in and then unplug the 24-pin connector and put a jumper on this, and then yeah, get it to start running. But I cannot run the pump dry, otherwise it will ruin it. Is Death Tech in the chat? He may be busy right now, but yeah. So I need to run it after I put the liquid in there, and then as soon as all the water gets drained through the system, turn it off, refill it, etc. I'm kind of nervous because I feel like all of these tubes, I got into the fittings. There's 2 O-rings. There's one on the initial fitting, and then there's another one on the compression ring that you twist on. All these tubes, I felt, go through that, and then there's the second O-ring. So it theoretically shouldn't leak. The only reason it would leak is if I had anything that's too close to a radius instead of a parallel part of the hard tube, and the O-ring doesn't seal it well. So the only thing I think could happen there is this far back tube behind the radiator. So we'll see if this works or not. But let me get this plugged in real quick. So just hang tight for a few seconds here while I do that. All right. Bruce Ghostlaw says, me with my Hyper 212 Evo with no water cooling. To be honest, I mean, air tower coolers are legit. Like, so much less maintenance, so much less wires and cables and stuff. You got one cable, maybe two if you have two fans, but yeah. I myself, as y'all probably know, am a air tower or tower style cooler type of person. That is my preference. Let's just hope this old power supply doesn't like start smoking up for whatever reason. Okay, so let me get this back panel off. Oh yeah, let me show you the back panel too. It's kind of ridiculous. Try and get this back panel off. Where's the lip? How's there no lip to grab this on? How did I even get this off the first time? Yeah, those are completely off. This is a great start to the stream. Yeah, it should just be pull out. There we go. Yeah, so in terms of cable management, this is what we're working with on the backside. I did my best. I also didn't complete it just in case something goes wrong and I have to move stuff around. But let me see if I get it closer. So cable management, I mean, look how many cables are coming into this thing, because we have multiple cables coming from the CPU block, multiple cables from the GPU block, multiple cables from the reservoir, and then each fan has two cables, one for the power and one for the RGB. So I could probably clean this up a little bit more, but this is the best I could do before stream started. Okay, I need to set cameras on this too, so let me see. So it's so dark back here. Okay, so I got the Molex connector. I'm actually not gonna plug it in yet. Let's get the coolant into the system, as well as set some paper towels down. I was trying to find my blue shop towels, you know, like those very durable blue shop towels, but I couldn't find them in the garage. I don't know where they went, so I have to use this. Not preferred, but with the blue ones, when they get wet, it's a lot easier to see. So this one, I'm gonna have to be feeling around for wetness. So I'm just gonna put down paper towels, essentially beneath any fitting. So put some down there, put some down here for that top radiator. And if this does leak, because the fittings are for the most part on like pretty securely, it shouldn't be like a gushing crazy leak. It should be like what I would hope is a smaller leak, but we'll see. So yeah, it should just like kind of drip. It shouldn't just like squirt all over the place, you know? Squirt all over the place. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll fold this up and put some right here as well. Just basically trying to catch it wherever it could fall from is the goal here. And I think that's it. I think this covers everything. So we have all the, actually on top of the CPU block. Oh, wait. I shouldn't do this yet. I'm trying to get cool slow motion footage. If it does leak at the very beginning, I should have time to catch it. Well, I would turn off the pump. But yeah, I got to get that slow-mo. So let me get my camera set up. I'm going to record this in high FPS. So, because I'm going to do a follow-up video of the system getting filled up. So, yeah, let me do this real quick. So we got this, and I need a ton of light on this because it's going to be in slow-mo. I'll move y'all up closer, too. Y'all can get a front row seat to the action. There we go. Yeah. My money is on the top left. Yeah, rad leaking. That's where my money that's where my money would be too, on where it would leak. That top left back one. Just because it was so tight that the fitting is riding really close to the radius. But we'll see. we'll see. I do have a little bit of faith in myself. Just a little bit, not a lot. Alright, so we got this ready to go. Let me set. I'm not sure how easy this is going to be to see, too. Oh, no. Stop. Do not go to that. I'm still here. Just messing with camera settings in the background. I gotta like maneuver around all these tripods and this light. Okay, let's see. Let me get my slow-mo out for here. There we go. There we go. Get that slow-mo action going on with this camera. We're gonna get this on. Alright. Hey, what's up, Christopher Kunin? I saw you in the chat there, by the way. Oh, this has 1080p nice. This does have 1080p 240 FPS. So we're good there. Get some extra light on there. Alright. So now we gotta... Sorry I'm so bright. It's just because we need a lot of light for the slow-mo. Let me move the chat over here so I can see you guys. Shane Neslick says, nerd budget. So you couldn't get a 90-degree fitting in the back corner and just went with the bent tube? No. So there is a 90-degree fitting back there. It comes 90 down and then back to the case, and then I needed a 90 bend to go into it. Because you can't just ride a straight 90 this way because the fans are in the way. So you need a 90 to bend it back, and then you need a curve around. So it required both a 90-degree bend as well as a, and here's the jumper, as well as a 90-degree fitting. So here's the coolant. Let's check this out. Okay. Not sure that was supposed to come off like that. Hectic Upload says, want to say hi and love the channel. Thank you for the kind words. All right. In terms of the smell, I need a funnel. Be right back. I didn't even think about that. All right, we got a funnel. Yeah, so this smells like coolant that is very heavily diluted by water. I don't know what the makeup of like what the additives versus how much water is in this. So, all right, we got our squeeze bottle. I am way too bright right now, but it's okay. Then I put a piece of tape over here so that nothing would get into the reservoir leading up to this. We can just leave this open. All right, we're going in for a close-up view. So yeah, all I gotta do is put this into here and then squeeze it. Let me see if I can get you a better angle. Alright, what is chat saying? What is it like to stream in front of a lot of people, Nob? I've been doing it for a while, so I'm used to it, but I definitely was not as good as improvising in the past. Like when I first started streaming back in like 2017 or 2018. But now it just seems like a normal thing. Not too different from recording. If anything, it's kind of convenient because there's no editing. So that's what I like about doing streams. You just do it for 2 hours and you're done. There's no editing. There's no scripting. There's no, not as much planning. Like I had to plan doing this today, but not. It was nowhere near as much planning as like a build video or something like that. Let's see. Yo, front row premium seats. Yeah. I agree. I prefer to have air coolers because of the low maintenance. Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to doing maintenance on this, but it is cool to do for the first time. Like, I am very proud of the bends that I was able to get with my tubes. I'm just not looking forward to. I don't know how often when you go with clear coolant you have to clean it out, but because I think it does pick up like debris and like does have even some chemical reaction even if you have no food coloring. But I need to look more into that. I do have some time though. Oh no! Are you kidding me? Oh no! How am I supposed to get that out now? How does that happen? Y'all see that? The little nozzle's it's in there now. It should float the entire time. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get this out. This thing, the top, I don't think this easily comes off. Jeez. Are you kidding me? All right. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna easily come out. I wonder if this is, all right. It should float the entire time, and there's a grill at the bottom, so I'll deal with that later. We got to get on with the show, though. I cannot be trying to take apart the reservoir right now to get that off. You've got to be kidding me, though. What kind of luck is that? Oh, man. At least I can still squeeze it and get it into the system. Yeah, fill it to, yeah, it's gonna float the entire time. I don't think that thing should sink. And if it does, there's a grill at the bottom here that it can't fit through. So it's not gonna be able to hit the pump. But geez, man. What kind of, why? Yeah, so it's floating now. It's going to the top. All right. So the reservoir is filled up. Death Tech. Look like, yeah. Yo, Ryan, look at, oh, I guess you can't really see it there. You can kind of see it. You see that little nozzle end that fell off of this thing? It fell into here. And I don't think I can take this off easily. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. KJS Designs. Thank you for the $5 super chat, and you're saying, as a local seller of full custom loops and 10 years of experience, your first try was great. Use a fitting and some soft tube with the funnel instead of a bottle. Or super glue that nozzle onto the bottle. So we're about to power it on right here, though. Why is that even detachable? Dude, I mean, that's going to be going in the overall thoughts video. I'm going to complain a little bit about it, but okay, so we got it in the system. Let me make sure the cameras are all set up, good to go. I think it is. All right, so I'm recording now. So I'm going to plug this into the Molex connector in the back here. The switch is off, and then I'm going to jump it. So I got the jumper right here. It's unbroken. Your shirt came in today. Yo, you want to post a picture of it on Twitter of you wearing it if you're not too shy? I love it when people post pics of the merch. Okay, so let me get that out of the way. Let me get the paper towels on deck in case I need to quickly shove it in there. Hopefully I don't need to, though. Okay, so the power supply switch is now switched to on. And Here we go. This is gonna be it. So then what I gotta do is flip off the power supply switch before it gets completely empty. And then rinse and repeat. All right, there it is. It's going. Okay, shut off, shut off. All right, perfect. I still have some at the bottom there. So now I just keep filling it up and doing the same. No leaks so far from what I can see. The plastic is molded to the, okay, so I'll need to do that. Let's get this filled back up. Ryan, I guess how much do I want to end up with in the reservoir, by the way? Like half or 3/4? Like once it's fully circulated in the system, what should be my target fill amount? I can't get the nozzle out first. I'm telling you, I tried to open this. Oh god, I gotta be very careful. Yeah, this, I feel like this is, are you sure? Did you have the XH305? This, I feel like it's glued on, but we'll see. Oh, are you kidding me? Look at this. It's the same, the hole is the same size. You see that? It's not like it's a big open top. The hole is literally the same size. Alright, let me think about this real quick. I might have to get chopsticks. Though, dude, there's no way I'm going around this 90-degree bend on the top here. There's no way I could stick a single chopstick in there, somehow try to fish it up, and then go around this 90-degree bend right here to get it out of this tiny hole. Like, I think I need to, when I drain this system, completely, I think what I need to do is I need to completely take this off, if this even comes apart. Which my camera is all skewed now for whatever reason. Okay, so let me put this back here. But yeah, fill it all the way and grab some tweezers. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. So get it up to the top and then see if I can finagle it out all the way, huh? Like, oh boy. So yeah, getting this top off made no difference at all. So I'm just gonna put this back. Hopefully I did not mess anything up. Okay. So yeah, good idea. Just fill it up. Try to get tweezers out. But it is floating in the back now, so there's just no way. Now you guys are gonna watch me try to fish this thing out. Alright, so it's filled up. Let me grab I need to grab Melissa's tweezers. I know she has like a set of tweezers or stuff, and I'm gonna grab a chopstick just in case. So just chill for a bit. I'll be back in like 1 minute. Did anyone time that by chance? Because I was sprinting, almost slipping on the stairs. All right, we got 2 potential devices to get this thing out. This is the rescue mission for the nozzle end. We got a chopstick, and we got some I probably shouldn't have been running with these. We got some sharp tweezers. Let me disinfect this because I don't know what the heck these were used for. They could have been used on like feet or something. So we're gonna give it a good old wipe down with some rubbing alcohol and dry it off and all that good stuff. I need to catch my breath. I haven't done stairs that fast in a long time. Yeah, let's get this all nice and disinfected. Good thing rubbing alcohol dries fast. So we got that, and chopstick just in case. Alright. Oh, it's actually floating near the hole now. We might be able to get it out. Y'all see this? Watch, I dropped this. Watch, I dropped this in there, man. See? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is what we... Can I remove these fans? Not really easily. Come on. Come on, fit in there. I gotta remove these fans. This was not how it was supposed to be planned. I did... This is not going as smoothly as I had hoped. Where's my screwdrivers? I need a little tiny screwdriver too. Yeah, I need to get the fan out because there's no room. I can't just take the radiator off because obviously it's part of the hard loop system. So, oh boy, oh boy. Use a shop vac? We're doing it live right now. This is the literal definition of doing it live and going with the flow. Hopefully I can get that back screw. Actually, I might be able to just rotate this out of the way. We'll see. My Corsair rep's probably watching this with a face palm right now. I can't even get the screwdriver in there. I can't move the radiator out of the way because this is all rigid tubing. This is you're kidding me, right? Maybe I can just get up through the fans. Let me see. This is real struggles right here. Yeah, I cannot get this tweezer in there. Let me give you a closer look in case you doubt me. And I cannot access this. I need a flexible head screwdriver. Yeah, so the issue is this is too long. The fan's in the way. I hope once the fan's out of the way, I could get this tweezer to have enough space. I don't even need the fan in the system right now because obviously we're not cooling anything. We're just getting the water through. All right. So I got to go in with one of these numbers, go in flexible, and then get that fan off. Fun times, y'all. Fun times. Need the biggest Phillips head I can find. Here it is. Lol, Danny, I'm going to send you all the tools for your future streams. Well, okay, this was not expected. I had the tools to be able to do this the correct way, but given my luck, it had to work out like this. I need a better, I need a light. But I hope this is entertaining for you all at least, because if it is, then it's totally, this is all worth it at the end of the day. If y'all are having fun watching this and you are thoroughly entertained. You gotta be kidding me. Am I gonna have to do this by hand? Yeah, it doesn't fit even with the flex head. I'm about to drop this bit into the reservoir as well. Where's that piece of tape? Let me tape that back up so nothing else drops in there. Jeez. You think there was something in the instructions to say glue the nozzle into place? Come on. Do I have enough finger strength to do this? Or am I going to have to pull out the pliers? Come on. The system doesn't look like it's leaking though. But the pump's not continuously running. So I'm not sure if that would have higher pressure to make it leak. New game. Every time Danny drops something in the loop, you take a shot. Well, everyone needs to take a shot right now because of the first thing that already fell into the loop. Come on. I couldn't even imagine, like, my hands aren't even big. I couldn't imagine what people with way bigger hands, what they would do right now. I mean, I got plenty of tools. It's just the predicament that I got myself in is not ideal. So I think I got to use this to twist it because I cannot get a good enough grip to undo this last screw. Come on. I just needed it to get it. Oh my god, I just dropped it. But it's okay. I covered it up. Where did it even drop to? Yeah, I might just have to continue and do this later because we got to get on with the stream and get this thing running. It's floating at the top, so it's not sinking. I'm gonna give it one more try. But how's everyone else doing in the stream? Danny, did you start there? No, there's no drain valve. So I was trying to do this kit as close as possible to what they provided. But in the feedback, when I do the follow-up video, I'm gonna let them know that, you know, these random things like, hey, this nozzle should either be glued on or just not included at all. It would be nice if you had a drain valve, things like that. So yeah, that's gonna be my feedback video for them. Which, Andrew, if you're watching this, I really appreciate you allowing me to do this project. I'm sorry for screwing it up as much as I have. Turn you. I'm about to. Yep. Okay. This isn't happening. This is too stressful of a moment right now. So we're gonna continue on with filling it. That nozzle should not go anywhere near the pump. It's floating. It's buoyant. So let me do this real quick. We'll get it running again. Give you a closer view here. All right, now some of the liquid came back through the top, or it's returning now. So I think we can fill up a little bit more, and then I'll just leave it running the rest of the stream and keep an eye on it. I'll line up some paper towels as well. All right, I think this should be it. It should be completely filled after this. The water should not change levels anymore. There's way too much light now. Let me move this out of the way. Yeah, so there it is. You can kind of see the water flowing. Yeah, that nozzle's just floating right there. You see it? Yeah, if you bought one too, Ryan, definitely check that out because you don't want that happening. Learn from me being dumb. Let me see. Okay, so I think we're good. So it's running at full speed right now. And it's actually pretty quiet, so that's kind of nice. Knowing that it's not going to be that much louder than this. If anything, it'll be a little bit quieter. Okay, so just a quick inspection though. Here, let me switch back to my phone, which has like way better resolution. So all right, let me go to Droid Cam real quick. right, so here's the system. Yeah, you can. It's going pretty fast, but you can see it going there. In terms of like looking for leaks around here, as well as if there's anything coming off of these top ones, it would be dripping onto the back plate of the graphics card. Dry for now, and then anything up here, it would drip all the way down to around this area. So I'm gonna set up paper towels just in case. But yeah, I think we're pretty much good on that though. Let's see. Everybody, you should not be sorry for the mess up. That is part of the beginner's skill. Yeah, this is like this project in general. I've learned so much, and I think as like for the skill level of doing something like this, I would say once you are very comfortable with like the basics of just building computers and getting like cable management and stuff, because done, then. And if you're like kind of meticulous and detail oriented about it, then you could do this with very little issue. But if you're a person who struggles to even put together like a basic build and you can't do it together cleanly, I think you should hold off until you get more experience. So paper towels, yeah. So let's get these back into place, and then we can look at GPU prices, talk about the new AMD 6000 series release. As well as look at some pre-built on Jawa. So right now, it's a really interesting situation because graphics card prices have all come down so much that people are building PCs again. So pre-builts, even though they're priced like really well on Jawa, some of them aren't moving as quickly as they did previously. So we'll take a look at those, see if there's anything for anyone who isn't comfortable building their own PC, if you can snag a pretty good deal there. But let me get this last piece in place. And we are good to go. Yeah, so I'll just have that on in the background. All right. How long did that take? Only 51 minutes until I can transition back to the regular programming. I'll keep this in sight so that we can see it there. This doesn't need to be on. Get that out of the way. Boom. So we'll keep a light shining on that, but hopefully not on the stream. And then we'll take this off too. All right. Let me get caught up with chat though, since I was just busy there for for a bit. But yeah, no leaks so far, and that clear coolant is looking clean, if I do say so myself. Let me cap this off before my clumsy self knocks over the rest of the coolant bottle. Got this going on here. Sorry, I just bumped the mic. All right, let's see what. Christopher Coonan says, I'm en route to my house. Be back in a few. Gotta call and pick up parts. Just got I like the HD 7870. That's like a 270 or 270X, I think. But nice. As a freebie, that's even better. You can still play esports 1080p on that. All right. What else? What else are people saying? Mark Dave says, Danny, question for you. Are you in touch with Jay from Jay's 2 Cents while you were working on these Hardline 2 projects? No. So I'm probably way too small fry for Jay to even hang out with or like give advice. Actually, I don't know about that. Maybe if I did hit him up, he may have given me advice. But I did have other people who have custom loop experience in the chat right now. Like Coalition Gaming Chris has done soft tube stuff. We got Death Tech from Jawa who has done a lot of hardline tubing stuff. And I think there's other people who have done hardline tubes as well. So I had plenty of advice and help from the chat here already. So we're good to go. Yeah, water cooling can produce some great results, but not worth it over an AIO. Yeah, so you don't do this for the performance gains, really, in my opinion. I would never do this for the performance gains. It would be for the aesthetics and for the pride of knowing that I was able to, like, do some really good looking bends and stuff. It is not for the performance gains. The cost and stuff, yeah. I would agree with you on that one. Let me get this fan back into place with at least another screw, so it's not just dangling there for its dear life. Yeah, the bubbles are working themselves out. It's making some gurgling noises, but I need to set. I need a piece of tape. Give me 1 second. I need a piece of tape so that I know if the water level goes down at all. Just in case there is a leak that for whatever reason I don't see. Like if if the water goes down even a little bit, then I'll know that there's a leak somewhere. Got my painter's tape so it doesn't leave any of that residue, Let's see. You haven't successfully done a water cooling project without spilling a ton at least once. Spilling a ton. What would cause you to spill? I'm guessing you mean coolant. What would cause you to spill a ton of coolant aside from trying to like drain this, I guess, and having it all rush out? Is this your personal build? Chris M asks. No, this is not my personal build. I don't think I would put my personal build into a hard line tube because doing this, it makes it so inconvenient to swap parts out. And if for whatever reason a leak happens or there's some other issues, there's so many more points of failures technically in this system than a typical one. Each of these fittings, for whatever reason, could just, I don't know, could spring a leak. You got your reservoir that could have issues. I would rather not have my personal system subject to that. All right, we got the water line in here. Hopefully it does not go that much further below that. Chris from Coalition Gaming DM'd me on Discord. Let's see. You do put the cap fitting back on for cycling the PC so it doesn't suck air in while filling. Oh, good point. Did someone else also say that in chat? Turn off the PSU and put the last fitting back and seal up the system for the leak test. Yeah. So, yeah, I can get the plugs out for that. Thank you for DMing me that, Chris. See, I got people... see, what did Death Tech say? He just said, made you look. Okay, yeah, so let me do that. Yeah, let me get it plugged up so it's not sucking in air. Which, would it really suck in air, though? So I watched one of Jay's videos when he did this, and I thought he left it open just in case he needed to add, more coolant. I didn't see him mention specifically to close these up top, but I'll do it because I think it should be fine for the rest. I don't think I need to fill it up anymore. Yeah, DefTech is doing a brass tubing build, which I'm going to tune in for. That's on Friday. So is that going to be on your personal channel or on Jawa, Death? It's just level 5,000, yeah. I will be tuning in for moral support for him because obviously I can't help with anything on my end of things. So what made you go for hardline rather than soft tube? Yeah, so Corsair sent the kit, and do they have a soft kit? But I think I was also very much up for the challenge because regular building PCs, like at this point, once you've built a few systems, unless you're building like really small ITX cases or doing some really custom work, it gets to be the same. I've never touched one of these, I've never touched any custom loop before. So when they offered to send it over for me to check out and give my thoughts, I was like, okay, I'm down for a challenge because The case that I picked for it too. The case I picked for this is not really meant for a custom loop, let alone a custom loop with 2 radiators. Like I've seen people do it with 1 radiator, but not, I think only one other person, Gear Seekers, did a 2 radiator in this from what I've seen. So yeah, so we got the cap on. It's running now. No leaks so far. So now let's talk about. Okay, we got some chat revenues. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's. Okay, so we got that one. Tibby, wait. Let me play this one over again. So, Tibby Boss sent $15.57 in super chat. Can I get 1 free merch, please? You shouldn't have sent that super chat, and you should have got the merch. But if I can figure out how to do giveaways, I'm down to give away merch on stream, like from the random picks. YouTube is starting to implement a lot of cool features, so hopefully that would be one of them, so I could do like random giveaways and drawings. But yeah. How much does it cost for you to build me a cool If you have no budget, then there is no cost because I can't build you a custom loop system. What is Death Tech saying to Paul Johnson? Just FYI, to find leaks, I prefer using shop. Yeah, so shop towels, that was the original intent. I had some shop towels in the garage. I went to look for them right before stream started. It's the blue durable ones. And I could not find them. So I was ill-prepared for this. It was next to all the rest of my automotive stuff in the garage. But apparently, I had taken it and used it for something else. And it was not there anymore. So yeah. Definitely preferred over this. But I am watching the water line as well as I should be able to see if like even a drop of water gets onto those paper towels. Let's see. Need nozzle cam, yeah. Just don't know how to bend. So this is actually I can't talk about what I'm gonna do with this system because it's not my personal system, but I do have plans for it. So all right, so let's take a look at the browser cam and see what we got going for AMD RX 6000 refresh price. So if y'all aren't aware, I did do a video on this. So if you haven't seen it, I just used a build, or I used a 6650 XT on a build. I released that yesterday, right on embargo. But let's see if we can find any images. Here it is. I think this is the picture we want. So this is from Extreme Tech. So this is what we're looking at for the new AMD graphics cards. So we have the $400 6650 XT, $550 6750 XT, and then the $1,100 6950 XT. This one is a $20 increase over the previous version that's being refreshed from. This one's $50 over. This one is $100 over. Now, for this one, from $380 to $400 is like 5.2%. In my testing, that's about how much of a performance increase we got from the slightly higher clocks and the memory chip improvements from this card. So it's a linear gain. Like between the two cards, if you had a $400-ish budget, if you ask me, should I get the 6650 XT or the 6600 XT? I would say both of those gives the same frames per second, essentially. So if you want to spend a little bit less money, get the older version. If you want to spend exactly $400, get this version. But I'm curious what everyone's thoughts are on this release. I asked in the video. Some people said they weren't too interested in them, but my takeaway from this is that we're getting more graphics cards into the market. Eventually, their prices should drop. So I'm hoping this 400 doesn't hold for that long. The issue is NVIDIA is still holding their premiums. Like, if we were to look at, let's look at Newegg right now. And, EVGA stock today, too. I wonder if they have anything in there. So we'll look at these two. But we look at the RTX 3060. I haven't looked at it yet, but if I had to guess, it's not going to be any less than $430. That's just a random guess off the top of my head. But let's see. Lowest price, $440. Okay, so the lowest RTX 3060 on Newegg right now is $440, which is kind of ridiculous. This performs worse than the 6600 and the 6650 XT. But you get DLSS and more, I guess, more developed ray tracing. I don't care about the ray tracing. I kind of care about the DLSS, but also the 6650 XT and 6600 XT run pretty well. They kill in 1080p, and from what I saw in 1440p, they do well too. Like they can run games at like medium to high settings at the higher resolution. But yeah, so what we need to see happen is AMD lower their prices so that more people stop buying NVIDIA cards. So then NVIDIA can start lowering their prices more to get this back to that $330 price point. This is $100 over MSRP. It's a little overpriced. Let's see. So Kale 130. Oh, did it leak? Shauner asks. It has not leaked yet. I'm gonna let it run to the end of stream, and we'll see if it has leaked by that point. So by the end of stream, it would have been running for 1 hour, and if it doesn't leak, then I think I should be good to go. I think some people say like, this is the thing about custom water cooling. If you look online and ask any questions about anything, people will give you different responses and different answers on what the best thing to do is. I think Jay from Jay's 2 Cents, he said usually he just runs it for a couple of hours and then he's good to go. He's never seen something leak after a couple of hours. I think I've heard some people say run the loop for 24 hours, and then other people say like for 72 hours, like looking on Reddit and forums and stuff. So I'm gonna let it run at least till the end of the night, and then we'll see. I don't want this thing to start leaking if I go to bed, so I would have to turn it off and maybe run it again tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah. So RDNA 3 GPUs getting AV1 encoder would be a nice thing. Yeah, that would be. If it would be nice to be able to start recommending, even though like I don't know. Have any of y'all actually streamed with the AMD encoder somewhat recently? I'm not like a huge quality snob, and I'm not knowledgeable enough on both Twitch and YouTube side. But when I did run a 6600, an RX 6600, I did a test of, CPU versus the GPU encoding. I thought it looked good enough to use to offload the burden from the CPU. But I don't know. I think people still don't like the AMD encoder for whatever reason. Hard to give up the better ray tracing for people, and when FSR is as good as DLSS, AMDs will be more attractive. Also, now that NVIDIA open sourced their drivers, there's no draw for Linux users. Let's see. Wait, I hope so. Who are you answering? You run... Yeah, so DeathTech has a 6900 XT. Really hard to beat that price of performance. I forgot how much you got that for again. Was that like 800 or 900? Drebler Gaming says, Danny, how come every content creator talks about AMD GPU all the time, but no one of them use it in their personal rigs ever? Okay, on that point, I'm doing a system upgrade soon. And I don't know why I also gravitated towards an NVIDIA graphics card. I already got the parts, so I don't know if I can change it now. But I probably should have gone with AMD this time around. So I'm going to be flip-flopping. I'm going to go from my current Ryzen back to Intel, because I used to run Intel for like a long time. But I should have flip-flopped and go from my NVIDIA streak and flip to AMD. I should have flipped the brands from both GPU and CPU, but I was dumb and didn't have the foresight to do that. Maybe I will eventually end up swapping it out after the fact. But yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think AMD cards are fine. I should put one in my personal system so that I could, walk the walk and not just talk the talk. It's because people on Monkey Brain go Monkey Brain and try to stream at 1080p 60 on Twitch with the Radeon encoder and wonder why it looks so bad. Does it actually look that bad though? Chris, can you do a video on this? Because you are the streaming guy. and that's what people expect from your content. If I did it, not only would the video flop, but I honestly am not that picky when it comes to encoder quality. LG says, I have an RX 6800, runs really well and does everything I need it to do. Not your average gamer. Specs of this system is down in the comments below. Yeah, everything is down there. We got a 5600X. We got a RTX 3080 for the main specs. The pros and cons of AMD versus NVIDIA GPUs. So it's everything we just said. AMD is cheaper, but it doesn't have as developed ray tracing as well as the encoder for streaming. People don't like it as much. NVIDIA is, yeah. Do we know what the market share is? Does anyone know off the top of their head? NVIDIA versus AMD GPU market share. Let's take a quick look at this because I haven't looked this stat up in a while. Hardware times. Dedicated GPU market shares. AMD at 4.1%, NVIDIA 20%, Intel's iGPU at 62%. Where did they even get this data from? This is end of last year, 2021. So we look at this. Source Twitter. Let's go to this Twitter source and see what's up. 3dcenter.org. Okay. So we look at this. So man, the iGPUs, according to this, is winning the battle. But NVIDIA desktop, NVIDIA, so we're gonna ignore mobile. Really? This seems a little low. 10%? Oh, GPU sales. So that doesn't include existing graphics cards. So it's kind of, it's hard to say what people actually have in their system, right? There is a Steam hardware survey. So we take a look at that. Intel's high, yeah, it's built into all Intel CPUs, so it's kind of skewed, which isn't really fair. But let's take a look at this. We got the Steam hardware survey. If you've never seen this before, you can just look it up. Let's see. Video card usage by manufacturer. Look at this. Can I zoom in more? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, yeah, so this is better because this is looking at gamers specifically. And yeah, so NVIDIA has more than 4 times, because 4 times 15 is 60. Oh, so they have 5 times actually. 5 times as much of the market share, I guess. What is this? Other is 0.21. Who? So people who have other. Intel is at half of AMD. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like AMD graphics cards aren't bad enough where it should be skewed this much. Would you all agree? Let's run a poll right now. We got to get the polls back in here. What brand of graphics card is driving do you have right now? Okay, so we got NVIDIA. No, we're going to put AMD first. So if people accidentally miss, and then we'll do, and we're just going to lump up AMD and Intel's iGPU. But let's see what our community here has right now. NVIDIA is killing it. And they're charging more for cards that don't perform as well rasterization-wise. Another question I want to ask after this poll. Wow. This is almost like the exact same. There's more AMD people here, but it's very similar to the Steam survey. 70+% with NVIDIA. We'll let that poll run for a little bit before I change up to the next question. Yeah, they probably are. So we can take a look at this. But AMD has mobile too. So it's so funny when we look at these charts because no graphics card holds more than like 10%. Because look at this. There's like a bajillion graphics cards, right? DirectX 12 GPUs. But if you look here, like the 1060 is still leading the pack in April at 7%. Then you got the 1650 at 6%. 1050 Ti. These top 3 are not surprising at all. These were very popular, affordable cards. 2060, I'm a bit surprised, is beating the 1050 by by a lot. You see a big drop-off from 7%, 6%, 6%, 5%, then boom, almost close to half, 3% here. for the 1050. Then you got your 1660 Ti's. Let's see the first 30 series cards pop up here. 2.18%. So like a third of the value of some of these more cheap budget older cards. I think it's because NVIDIA streams better, and that's why I prefer over AMD. But that's the thing. How many people out there really stream? Not many people stream. Not many people record gaming footage at all. So I guess them buying it for that reason just seems a little weird. And then even ray tracing. I don't play anything with ray tracing turned on. Like, most people, I think Hardware Unboxed ran a survey recently. Most people say it's not worth the performance hit at this point in time. So, look at, when are we going to see our first AMD card, actually? Let's go to, we keep scrolling down. It says Radeon Graphics. This is not helpful. We got the RX 580 down here at 1.39%. Look at how if I added all this up, how many percent of NVIDIA cards are leading over the RX 580? The first AMD card. Then following that up is the 570 Vega 8 integrated graphics. Then the 5700 XT down here. Oh geez. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Yeah, Radeon Graphics is it the APU? Because I see Vega 8 right here. I think it's just the way that some programs detect it. Because if this is the APU, then what is this right here when we have Vega 8? And I bet you there are Vega 11s here somewhere too, if we keep going down. Here's the 6600 XT, not even 1%. But wait, how's there no data previously? This card's been around for almost a year, 8 months. Anyways, yeah, so in terms of graphics cards news, Newegg pricing has not changed a bit, even though AMD is coming out and filling the market with cards at lower prices and MSRP. The fact that this costs more than a 6650 XT and a 6600 XT, yeah, it's just showing that the demand for NVIDIA is way higher, which it's making me think, like, are people who are buying custom built PCs from like Jawa and Craigslist and stuff, are they just completely glossing over AMD cards, and are those not selling as well? Do we have any Jawa people in the chat that can chime in with their sales of AMD versus NVIDIA cards relative to each other? I work at Case King Portugal, actually in the distribution of hardware for all stores in the country. If I had to quantify, AMD cards represent not even 10% of the sales, says 97 Pedrocas. If I said that right. Sorry if I butchered your name. When will we get graphics cards at Costco? That is the question. We're getting graphics cards at Walmart and Best Buy. When is Costco joining in? Costco does have some pre-built towers and gaming laptops. If they ever got graphics cards, I think that'd be so funny. Because it's kind of like, it's pretty specialty. Costco do be having some specialty stuff sometimes though. Especially in like the appliances or like just like the household item stuff. So yeah. Shauner says NVIDIA sells better 100%. Death Tech chiming in. AMD sells better for budget systems. AMD sells better for budget systems. NVIDIA for mid-range and high-end. Makes sense because their prices are higher. Okay, so let's take a look at this. V-Stock. They straight up are just selling these for almost near MSRP. These can usually be found for like 40 bucks. 30, 35 at Best Buy, brand new. So I don't know where they smoking, trying to charge 35 for the 600 watt W1, which is not the highest regarded power supply. It works for budget builds because these used to be at 20 bucks, but not anymore. Okay, let's go down to the graphics cards. We do have other power supplies. What are some cheap power supplies? 650 GD for 50 bucks. Yeah, these are kind of expensive for being B stock. 600 GD for 40 bucks. Okay, so let's look at the first graphics card we can find. You can get a motherboard for 150, but all right, we got 3070 Ti's for 740 bucks. Whoa, what are they going on Newegg right now? I know it's not the same model, bear with me. This is $740 for the For the Win 3 Ultra Gaming version of this card. This is B stock. You only get 1 year warranty. Or you go to the new way, you get a 3070 Ti. I know this. I personally don't think this Gigabyte Eagle model looks great at all. But let's go over to the MSI Ventus, which looks a little bit better. Wow, look at this price difference, $50. For the slightly cleaner looking, I don't know off the top of my head, like these coolers, if there's one that's like significantly better than the other. But yeah, we got cards coming in at this. Oh, this Gigabyte Vision one, for being a white card, looks pretty clean. But anyways, yeah, everything else is starting to get $800. But you got 3 cards right here for $750. EVGA Challenge is $740. Again, I know this is a For the Win. People love EVGA for the customer service, but still, this is B stock. This isn't even brand new. Let's take a look at new cards, because after that we got $1,000 3080 Ti's. Yeah, so let's see if they have anything new. Graphics cards. We're gonna look at the 30 series family, low to high. Drubber Gaming says, imagine a section of Costco that is just a mini Micro Center. That would be so lit. Yeah, that would be. Dude, if Best Buy can like just expand on their PC gaming section. They do have a lot of stuff at Best Buy. Like they carry stuff in-house. Like actual motherboards, power supplies, RAM, SSDs, CPUs. They just need to focus on that more and maybe less on appliances or something. I don't know. Do people really need to see that many refrigerators and washing machines? All right, we're going to end that poll. I was going to run another poll. I forgot what the question was. So if you guys have a better question you would like me to ask the chat, I can do that. But let's take a look at this. So we have a 3080 for $890. Okay, this has been the... I think the price has been going down a little bit. Oh, wait, no, this is... But this one doesn't have a proper cooler on it. So you would need... And this one has one, but it's $900. Where's the ones with the fans? It's because I'm in the wrong section, because they do it so weird here. We got 3060 Ti's for $530. Nothing really new here. Okay, nothing exciting. You can't even buy it right now, apparently. We got out of stock 3050s for... This would have been nice. So this price, this is actually a good price. Like, I know some people are moaning and groaning about the $250 RTX 3050. What else are you going to get? The used market, you're looking at a GTX 1070, which performs worse than this. And those are going for around $230, I think. $220 maybe. And you're going to be getting them used. This, which means that there's nothing else in this price bracket for $250, unless you're looking at the 6500 XT, not worth it. And then you got the more expensive version, as we've been seeing in previous weeks. These are, of course, available because ain't nobody buying these to the point where they're sold out. $330. Get yourself a 6600. Just switch over to Team Red. It's not that bad, I promise you. Speaking from kind of personal experience. It's not in my main system, but it's in systems that I have played with and ran benchmarks and gamed on. Okay, let's see. AMD drivers are kind of dookie, TBH. I still get the odd crashes and behaviors. Is it in like specific games or like across all games? All right, so we have a Corsair bronze. Thank you for the link. From GameStop of all places. Did Kevin know really? He did just link a GameStop power supply. So let's take a look at this. Wait, and then we're gonna look at the tier list though as well for reference. But always do your research. Did y'all see that part? Did y'all see that part in my video this on Tuesday with my opinions on the tier list in general? It's mainly to get people to stop bashing others for their part choices, just because they don't use like A or B tier. But let's see where this lands. What you need to do after you look at the tier list is go to this spreadsheet that they have. This is the spreadsheet. It's always located here. You go to the spreadsheet and you read more stuff from here. There's a lot more information. You can look at the dedicated reviews here. They have them listed out. Like, the tier list is not perfect by any means. Them calling C tier low end, I do not like that. C is like average. This should, if anything, be like the mid tier. This should be good. And then this should be great. I don't know who the heck decided to name this tier list like that. Well, let's see where the Corsair CV lands on here. I think it's gonna land, yeah. So the CV 650 lands on the low end. I'm sure it's fine though. But how much is this going for? This is going for $42. Actually, a pretty good price. If it's like, is it out of stock? Pickup. Oh, it's out of stock in the at this GameStop. But yeah, let me pin that just in case anyone's looking for a cheap PSU. Thanks for submitting that, by the way, Kevin. Lol, my car crashed trying to take a screenshot with GreenShot this week. Yeah, alright. After I do my build upgrade, I'm going to quickly swap out the NVIDIA card with an AMD card. And I'm going to use it for everything. And then hopefully I can weigh back in with like a stronger opinion on it. Okay, so what else we have here? Yeah, so for NVIDIA products, unfortunately, there's not much that's really worth it. Oh, 3060 Ti, this is, of course, is out of stock for 480. That would make a price. Okay, is anyone in chat looking for a pre-built by chance? Because I got to give my quick Jawa like browsing shout out. One, because I want Jawa as a platform to grow. So I want more people to use it. I know not everybody's in the US. Canada should be up next in terms of like the next region to get it. I don't know how far away that is, but yeah, hopefully we could get Jawa global sooner rather than later. But let's see. Yes, I believe you said D tier is goated. Wait, when did I say D tier is goated? I said C tier is goated. What are you talking about? C tier and up. Actually, let's actually no. It would take too long to do the digging. But a lot of these power supplies, remember, when they're failing, when people, these like professional testers are testing it, I don't think they're failing at like, 80, 90, 100%, which is your computer is not going to even be loading a typical power supply more than like 70-ish%. Have you ever like put a kilowatt onto your computer and plugged it in and see what the power draw really is? It's not anywhere near 600 or 700 watts for most people. So the lower tier power supplies, while I don't recommend getting like D tier or below, they're not going to burn your house down. Like, I think people get way too extreme with it. I'm not saying to go buy a D tier power supply, but if you somehow got conned into buying a system with one and you can't afford getting a new one, your house isn't going to burn down. That's all I'm saying. But let's take a look at some systems. So let's first, we're going to look at the graphics card market. For anyone trying to pick up graphics cards, especially used, older ones, we may be able to find something here. We're going to sort by lowest price and see what we can find. Like, I'm trying to, the issue right now is graphics card prices for new stuff is, starting to hit back at MSRP again. But some of the older stuff from previous generations, in my opinion, are still overpriced. Oh, except this one's actually pretty good. Right as I said that. We used to see these for 90 to 100. 120 is not too bad though, because if you think about it, you don't have any other option really. I don't think you can find 1650s for this cheap. So if you want a 1080p capable, I know this card is going on 8 years old now. It's 7 or 8 years old, but I recently played with this at 1080p for one of my videos when I did a build refresh, and the GTX 970 is still very solid. It's getting old, but whoa, why did that light just come off? But yeah, I would still buy this for under $100 for those $400 budget systems, What else we got here? We got I would not get a GTX 750 though. That is not worth it in my opinion. But we got some 1050 Ti's for 130, which isn't bad either. GTX 980 for 160. Glad to see these are going down in price. I remember when we were looking at these back in November, they were $225 to $250. So between these two, it's kind of hard to say whether or not you should pick the 970 or 980. Both of them are going to give similar performance per dollar. Let's see. Who won the $1 PC? So the $1 PC was won. Maybe we could bring it up here. There's going to be a video on it next week. But it was a person named David. Which, David, are you in the chat right now, by the way? He was at the beginning of stream, but I don't know if he is anymore. Tiberius says, I own both AMD and NVIDIA. I personally was an NVIDIA fanboy for years, but I currently don't like the way they handled the shortage and refuse to support them moving forward. So, that is very noble of you. To boycott them, essentially. So, what do you have in your system right now, Tiberius? Hey, what is your Insta? I need help with my PC. I don't do DMs for Insta on PC help. If you do need PC help, I am in the Jawa Discord very frequently. So there's either myself or other people there that would be happy to help you. I was about to grab this and drink out of the coolant bottle for a second there. Let's see. Just because you never had an issue doesn't mean issues don't exist. Remember, you are a sample size of one, folks. Yeah, true. That's true. ZX Qwerty, what is up? Welcome to the stream. I still have a GTX 970 I bought back in 2019 for $98, and it's still good. Yeah, I'm still sitting on some GPUs just because, in case I ever needed it for something. I keep a decent stock of stuff on so I could help friends and family build systems if they need it on a whim. So I do have some graphics card that I didn't sell, I didn't scalp or anything, and now they're coming back to the value that I bought them for. So that's nice to see. But yeah, if we look at here though, not too many graphics cards sub $200. We're starting to see 1060s, which this is kind of overpriced. We have a 1650 here for, this is builds by Zeph. I think this is the going price for them. He's a verified seller, so that shouldn't be a scalped price. But yeah, we've got like a few here, but there's not that many here probably because people are picking them up from here and throwing them into them custom PCs. So if anyone is looking for a custom, why does this light keep turning on and off? It's making me dark and light. What's going on here? All right. But yeah, if anyone is looking for a system, let me know and what your budget is, and maybe we can find you something nice here. But what do we have here? Where's the featured? Let's look at the featured listings real quick though. We got a 6600 XT for $390, which is pretty nice. That's pretty much how much they're going for. Except if you buy from Jawa, well, right now there's no tax. Where if you buy a Newegg, this is gonna be $40 if you live in Washington, where we have 10% sales tax. This will be essentially $440. So you could get that there if you want to save on tax. It is used though. We have PC by Thomas, so we have a below $1,400 3070 system. So I want to take a look at that. We have Ruse PCs. This has a 6500 XT. I couldn't recommend a system with this. Unfortunately, you could build something with a 6600 for $750. You just got to kind of like cheap out a little bit on the case and the SSD, go for 500 gigabytes, stuff like that. So, let's see. We got Death Tech and his Death with his expensive system here. Is this the only thing on featured right now, though? Is there a little scroll? There isn't. So I can only see these. So take a look at these two first. But if we look at PCs by Thomas, and you get $50 off, so this is a $1,300 system. Brand new parts. You got an i5-12400 and an RTX 3070. I recently did a build guide. I think I chose slightly nicer case and stuff like that. What do we got here on the... we got 1 terabyte SSD, so that's what I like to see. I'm not trying to see these $1,400 builds. If you do a $1,400 build and you put a 500 gigabyte SSD in there, please just upcharge it by $50 and give that person a 1 terabyte. Like, let's start a movement of no 500 gigabyte SSDs if a system is like $1,200 or more. But this is good to see here. Everything else looks pretty standard. Let's look at these pictures real quick. We got a Montech case. Is that a Seasonic Focus? Where's the power supply? Did they... Seasonic 80 plus gold rated. I think that is the Focus Gold. So very solid power supply. They do have some basic benchmark scores and some bananas for scale. So this system right here, this is a DS38, so a cheaper motherboard, but that's fine. So we're looking at like a $700 3070 here, and it's all built for you. I think this is the Montech case. I wonder if this is real ARGB. You should look up if you're interested in this, if you can actually change this, or if this is that fixed full RGB stuff. I've been commenting a lot on that for my own personal builds because all these companies out here be trying to trick us saying, hey, we got ARGB, and it's just like not true with the 3-pin header ARGB. But yeah. So this build, just look at the specs. Everything is solid. And what's the cooler on it? We have the Intel stock cooler on it. But yeah, like for the price, given the we have a 12400 current gen, this is a good price for the system. So then let's look at Death. I don't think anyone in my stream can afford this, but we're gonna look at it to kind of all over Death's tube bending skills right here. So we do have a custom loop in here with the distro plate in the front. Very clean looking system. It is 2550 in terms. This 3080 Ti, we just saw it. I think these are going for $1,300, so that makes up half the build, right? The rest of the build, $1,300. What do we got here? We have 16 gigabytes of RAM here, 1 terabyte, 16 gigs depth. I'm gonna ask you, can you fit 32 in there to make me slightly happier? But then we have a X570 Wi-Fi motherboard, 5800X. So the thing about these custom loop systems is you can't just add up the parts, and you can't just add in like $100 of labor. There is an upcharge, a premium on labor, which I think Death said sometimes he has charged up to $500. I wonder if he charges less on this one. No, we said it has a RGB, not a RGB. But yeah, no, so for custom loop builds though, the labor fee is definitely in the hundreds of dollars, so it's a little bit more. So you got to factor that into. This is very clean looking. And let's see what else we have here. Coolant. You give the fill bottle here. Sleeve GPU extensions. The power spec 80 plus gold rated. So power spec, that's the Micro Center in-house one, right? I've actually never used a power spec power supply, but I would think that would be either like an A or B tier, if we had to look it up. But here it is. He got a video on it and everything. Let's look at his. Oh no, I can't do that. Let's look at his camera work. Pretty smooth. Is there motion smoothing going on here? Let's see. Yeah, very nice build for someone who doesn't want to do their own custom loop and would rather pay someone who's like, pretty much a professional at it. There's this build. Let's see. If you're doing 1400 to 1500, I would do 32 gigabyte RAM and 1 terabyte. I mean, if you have to charge the extra $50 to put in, but this is 3600 megahertz Trident Z, which is the Trident Z versus like a cheaper Team Group kit. It does have a premium on it, but let's see. So let's go over to the rest of the builds. Not a fan of any liquid in my PC. Gives me anxiety. Air cooled all the way. Yeah. So this thing, let's take a look real quick. What am I doing? I got my phone. What am I smoking here? I'm smoking the good stuff. Okay. Let's go to Droid Cam. So we're gonna switch real quick. Connect. Hello? Here we go. Alright, so we got the system. It is still running. Can you see that? Come on, focus. It's I guess you can see it there that it's still running. But so far I am not seeing. What is this? Oh, that's just a shadow. That's not a leak. Okay, we're good. So far everything is looking good. No leaks so far. I see no leaks, and basically the tape is still at the same water line that I put it in. So water level hasn't gone down. No fluid has left the system, I think. I think we're good. So just gonna let that keep running though. Let's see. I could add in another kit of RAM just from most feedback. People are more interested in storage than RAM. I mean, yeah, to be fair, most people don't need more than 16 gigabytes of RAM. I know some people out there are pushing like the narrative that if you don't have 64 gigabytes of RAM, you're doing something wrong. I think only one person actually pushes that narrative. But yeah, 16 gigabytes if you're just gaming, if you're not doing stuff like streaming, content creation, opening up a million Chrome tabs, like you should be fine. let's see. So let's take a recently sold stuff. Oh, is my thing still on here? I don't think it is anymore. I was gonna show who the winner of the PC was because it is updated. If you can find the PC on here. But let's look at other custom PCs. Let's say if you had, I think at the $1,000 is like a really good price to work with. Like I said in the video. So I might have to skip over quite a bit. Oh man, I'm gonna look at, this is Drubbler Gaming, by the way. We got a tiny turbo $400 system here. We do have a really old Haswell processor. Is this a Dell implant? No, it's not. Okay, so it has a non-OEM motherboard, which is nice to see. We do have a 1050 Ti, 4570, 500 gig SSD, 16 gigs of RAM, new power supply. What DIY PC case is this? I'm not familiar with this case, but for $400, like this system is, if you're just trying to play Valorant, maybe even Apex, like this can run it fine. I've actually used an i5 from Haswell recently with a 1050 Ti-ish card. This is a system though that, while it's priced well for the FPS it gives you, you don't really have an upgrade path. Like I would not recommend someone to upgrade to an i7 Haswell. Those are still kind of expensive. I guess you could go the Xeon route, but you're pretty limited, and you're gonna get worse performance than like 8th gen i3, or would it be a 10th gen i3 once it went hyper threading. So for a system like this, definitely you buy it for like your little sibling or your nephew or something. But if you're like a full adult with a job and like you plan on putting more money into your computer, unfortunately this, you're gonna have to upgrade the RAM, motherboard, and the CPU once you do want to do like a noticeable upgrade. So that's the only issue with going with anything older than Skylake. So $400, pretty like solid price though. Just looking at the parts, if we were to add everything up, $50 here, 120 there, like $40 here, this all will add up accordingly to the price that's charging. So let's see. Dell implant, I'm hurt. Hey, actually, no, I can't spend too much more time on your profile. I could look through every build and scrutinize you for any bad decisions, but I think you're fine. Okay, let's see. 30. Can you look at the Black Ice 3 and Bubble Tea builds? Yeah. Phantom. I can take a look at that in a second. Let's see. Yeah, this definitely plays League and stuff just fine. We got Death Tech with the 6700 XT $1,700 build right here. This ITX. Wait, I can't keep on looking at Death Tech stuff, man. His stuff speaks for itself. I gotta give other people like a chance as well. Whoa, esports. Baller built PC. This is an i5 3550. Oh man, I was hoping it was at least like a more current Ryzen so that you could have upgrades. But for $290, we're going with an 861 motherboard and a literally Intel Ivy Bridge integrated graphics. Wait, well, no, we're not doing integrated graphics. We have the 1050 in here. I just assumed for $290 that it wouldn't have a dedicated graphics card, especially being in the MB311L case. This case is like $75 by itself. This graphics card is about $100. So maybe like $120. So you got $200 in that alone. You have a hard drive. You do have a small SSD, EVGA power supply. This is pretty cheap, but again, similar to Drubbler or Cypress, there's like no upgrade path here, and this is even older. This is Ivy Bridge, so you have way less you can do there. Oh, the Mewtwo build. This one for $650. I'm not gonna comment too much on it because I've already looked at one of his builds. I do like the flowers. He got flowers going on in here. And he got a Mewtwo Funko Pop, and he got it themed out with the purple lightings. I think this looks pretty cool if you're into like trying to have a more like personality and art in your build. So this looks pretty cool. He's trying to use that. He's trying to name drop Mewtwo to sell his build. I'm just kidding though. The specs here: 2600X, 1060. Yeah, that looks about right. It has a smaller SSD, but you do have a 2 terabyte hard drive here. But okay. Any other 11400F? We got, oh, here we go. Ryzen seems to have a bigger upgrade path. Yeah, for sure. If you got Ryzen 4 years ago, you could still technically use that B350 motherboard that you got. I think it supports the Ryzen 5000 series stuff. I don't remember if all motherboard manufacturers had a BIOS update for it, but some of them I for sure did. So that's the nice thing if you invested in Ryzen back in 2016 or 2017. Whereas Intel is like, Jesus, every 2 years you gotta upgrade because they only go tick-tock and then they're boom into a new like a new socket. So let's see. We do have this. This is not a verified seller, but I do see, I like this Lian Li case. What case is this? It's the Landcool 215. Yeah, I really like this case. Very roomy to build in. Big fat fans in the front here. Mesh. Looks very clean. This build has a 11400F. John's Bow cooler. Team group. 16 gigs. 1650. I think there are better value PCs on the site. What else? Is there anything? You got a 1.5 terabyte of total storage here. At least this SSD is at 500 gigs and not like a 120 or something. But 650. This just seems a little bit pricey because the 1650, they're dropping in price pretty fast. They're like $150 right now. So I feel like the price could be lowered a bit. This seems a little high. I know it has 11th gen processor in here, but everything else is like for this price, we found better systems with like newer parts. All right, we got Ayako PCs, one of the community favorites. We got $1,100 here, and we have an 11400F. This is very similar to the PC that I bought from Ryan of Death Tech. This is the same processor. He had a 3060 in his system. This is a better performing 6600 XT, but it's not NVIDIA. And then if you got good grades, you know, if you're still in school, whoa. I will offer a discount equal to triple the combined amount you donate. Whoa. He's got a special going on here. This is what I love about Oyako PCs. Not only do you get this $50 off, but because it's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, to raise awareness for the anti-American Asian hate, which we got for, you know, once COVID hit and everything. I can't say we, because I didn't personally get hate, but Asians were getting hate. I will offer a discount equal to triple the combined amount you donate, up to $40 donation, $120 discount, up to triple the combined amount you donate. You probably need to message him because I'm not sure what he means there. Like, if I donate $40, he's gonna give a $120 discount, which is kind of like, why would you not do that? That will bring this under $1,000. Send the receipts through Discord DMs. Yeah, so this is awesome. Specs wise, okay. If I had to like critique something here, if you're trying to list on Jawa, you gotta the formatting isn't the best. Like, when you press enter twice and you go to new lines, it does not put it as a new line. You gotta use the there's like a formatting page that tells you how to do it. But right now everything is kind of clumped up, so it makes it really hard to read. Like, it would be nice if it was separated by line. But we are looking at the let's see, Cooler Master case. Yeah, we have 6600 XT, 11400F, B560 motherboard, 600 GD. I think this is a B tier power supply because he told me about it. He picked these up on B stock. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte Cardero Zero Z440. Yeah, so 1 terabyte PCIe Gen 4, which 11th Gen Intel does support. Yeah, so this is all good. Like, this build, if you need a $1,000 build, do the little donation thing. Get the welcome 10 discount. You got a under $1,000 build. Shipping is pretty cheap for me anyways, $50. Depends on where you live though. And this build looks clean. Yeah, this is a very clean looking build. And it's not using the stock Intel cooler too, so yeah. What else? Let's see. Let me rechat for a bit because I have been going off on a few builds. Jawa reached out to me to be a featured seller of the month next week. Answered some questions, provided some photos. Very cool. Yeah, that's what I really like about Jawa. It's not just like eBay and OfferUp and all of those where they're just like trying to get you to sell stuff. There's a lot going on that Jawa as a company is doing for its sellers, and doing stuff like what's it called? A verified like featured seller shout out type thing is very cool. So, they're doing great things. What else do we have right here? So we already looked at PCs by Thomas. Okay, someone wanted me to look at a bubble tea builds. But is there anything else around? Yeah, so here's gaming workstations. I looked at him through on a video as well. We got 1075. We have a 6600. We're seeing very similar priced things. So you guys have options. You can pick different cases because a lot of them are going to have like the same i5 processors, 6600 XT, 16 gigabytes of RAM. This one has a little smaller storage though. So, I mean, if that's like a deal breaker for you, then the other one is priced just the same way and has double the storage. But this one, let's see. Yeah, very clean looking build. I like the way they do the pictures. Very good job on that. Okay. What was that bubble tea builds one? Someone was asking about the bubble tea builds. What was the name of it? Let me see if I can find them. Bubble tea builds. I was thinking about selling a PC on Jawa. Ryzen 3950, 64 gigabytes of RAM, 3080, X570. What do you think it's? And then an MB240 AIO. I would need to break that down into PC part picker. I can't really do that off the top of my head, especially for the higher end previous gen Ryzen chips. I don't recall what the 3950s are going for nowadays. All right, but bubble tea builds. 69 sold. Very nice. All right, someone asked to look at a specific build. Wait, these are sold. Which one did you want me to look at? Whoever, Phantom, Black Ice. Is Black Ice on here? Oh, Black Ice. This one right here. All right, we got an i7 11700K 3070 Ti for $2,000. What else do we have in the system? So bubble tea builds, always with the good pictures. Got the cable extensions, and then that is 3 connectors into the 3070 Ti. Okay, so let's look at the specs. Because right now, the 3070 Ti, what were we seeing those go for again? I'm going to need a refresh. Price. Newegg. Wait, I already have it pulled up on Newegg. What am I smoking? So 3070 Ti are going for $700 right now as a reference. We can say up to 800 depending on the model, right? 700 to $800. 700 to $800. Is in the 4000D airflow. I like that case. You get the welcome off. Okay. 16 thread. Let's see. We got 360 AIO. Oh, here we go. Thank you. I'm not sure if he did this because I think he said he took my advice. But in a previous stream, I said, can people list out the prices so that I don't gotta go to PC Part Picker and pull from like my head, especially, you know, there's so many parts out there, it's hard. Like this gives you a better idea and you could quickly say, that doesn't look right. So for this one, I really like how they did this. Part price breakdown. Build fee is $50. So they're like, this is golden right here. All right, so then we can look through here. $300 for 11700K. I think the 12700 KF. How much are those going for? So what I'm going to do for this build is more expensive. Because you're paying $2,000, I'm going to ask, can you get a 12700 system? This one is so 12700s are going for $370. So okay, that's fine. You get it. Let's look at 11700K. I think Micro Center might have them for cheaper, but seriously, these are okay. They're going for $299, so we're good there. Everything at like $209 for the motherboard. You can tell pretty quickly for 360 millimeter AIO 109. I mean, we got 280 and 240 millimeters going for that much. So without doing like further deep research into this, like that, you can tell the pricing looks like good. 16 gigabytes of RAM. Why is this RAM so expensive? Just because it's CL16? This is Crucial Ballistics. This is the plain black stuff, right? Or does this... Oh no, it's the Crucial Ballistics RGB. 3200 CL16. This should not be more than like $80. So I'm gonna ding you there a little bit, but you could still make up for it because you do have a low build fee. Like, as long as your build fee is not more than like $100, $150, it's fine. But it looks like we have a 1 terabyte SSD. It's a P31. I don't remember if that's a PCIe Gen 3 or 4. We got Okay, so this one right here, we got a Strix version, which is $900 apparently. Let's take a look at Newegg. Is the Strix really going for that much? It is $899. So they're being fair and transparent with the pricing, which I'm gonna commend them for. But it's like, as a buyer, I'm gonna ask, yo, can you not put the graphics card in there? And I'm gonna go buy myself this $700 Gigabyte Eagle card. Which honestly, that's like a preference thing, right? Some people like Asus and their Strix brand. I'm not willing to pay $200 premium for a card that's not $200 better in performance. But then we got this, it's fine. Everything else looks fine here. So, I really like what they have here. If you're looking to buy this system, I think you can get slightly better value for the same specs, but you're going to be getting different parts. Because they did use more premium, like the 3070 Ti here. The RAM, it's a little bit questionable, but if you take $40 off of here, throw it down to the build fee, it's still going to be a $90 build fee, which is fine. ARGB fans, yeah, and then they threw in extra fans too. Like, you can have these same specs in a system that's in like a smaller case that doesn't have it's not as populated with fans, that has like a non-AIO, and save a little bit of money, but for the price, like, it's fair, right? Okay, let me look at chat real quick, because that was a pretty long looking at the listing, looking at each of the prices. Oh, Phantom, do you work for Bubble Tea Builds? I didn't know if you were someone trying to buy it, or if you just wanted like a review of it. Let me go back. Because it feels like I've looked at multiple. Let me look at Zeph. Zeph, you didn't ask me to look at your stuff, but just because of what happened this morning, I'm gonna give you a shot. And also, oh, you don't have that much on sale. So we did say that your 1650 was fine. Everything else you don't have is sold though. You only have this for sale. So this is like the going price. So nothing on builds by Zeph. What else? Warman, the Matterhorn build. Check out the Matterhorn. Can I just look up Matterhorn and it just pops up? All right, Jawa, we're testing your search function. How are you compared? Oh, there it is. Zotac. So we got $2,000 here. PCs by Thomas. Okay. So we got a 12700K. Uh-oh. We already got to step up from Bubble Tea Builds. It's like we got competition going here, but it's like hopefully friendly competition. Trying to build a community here. We're not trying to have people at each other's throats, trying to like slander each other. You know, everyone should be happy that other people are selling their builds and stuff. But right here, for the same $2,000, we are getting up to the 12700K, which is a new chipset. It's a new socket. So to me, that's huge, because you could probably use, I think, 13th gen Intel. Hopefully it can still be used at the same socket. I haven't looked into it yet, but we do have 16 gigabytes of RAM here. So same RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, Z690. Like, I mean, this is looking good. The cooler is, what is this cooler? I've not used this one before, but it's a Thermalright. I think Gamers Nexus actually just did a Thermalright cooler review, right? And said pretty good things about it for their budget one anyways. You got Seasonic 800 watt. Yeah, so between the two builds, and we got a 3080 in here. So between the last build we just looked at, this build right here, this one I would pick personally. Like, if someone, my friend or family member, had $2,000, I'm gonna link them this PCs by Thomas. Very impressive to be fitting a 3080, even though these have gone down to like $800 to $900, right? But I do like that, you know, the latest Intel processor in here. Very nice, very good job on this build. Looks very clean too. Like, it looks clean. I like the case. The price is good for the specs. How do I join your Discord? I don't have a personal Discord. You gotta join the Jawa Discord. If anyone has you probably can't put the link, unfortunately. I wonder if I can, let me see if I can find their Discord. It should be here somewhere. Join the Discord. Just go to Jawa GG. I don't know. Here we go. My Discord popped up. No. Okay. So, well, I guess I'll be making some changes to my listing then. Yeah, I mean, you could leave it. It's just there's someone else with a better PC, better spec PC for the same price as you, right? I don't know what your margins are on the build, so but I don't think you're necessarily doing anything wrong. It's just very competitive right now. Okay. Kim Myth. Does non-LHR video card hold a premium for resale? So about that. Oh, by the way, let's get to some Twitter stuff. Let's do some Twitter stuff tonight. I'm not gonna have as much time, but if you have any Twitter questions, I'm gonna try to run them by them real quick. Get to my Twitter at Nerd on a Budget, hashtag Nob Streams, and we can get through some of those. I do want to do that, and while we do that, let's take a look at this again. Yeah, because we looked at quite a bit of PCs on Jawa. I can't look at all of them; it'll take way too much time. But we looked at quite a few. There's a lot with good value. So, system is looking pretty good still. So it's still running. Water's still flowing. There's still a lot of bubbles in here, but water line has not dropped. It's still at the same spot I put the tape at. There are no wet marks down here at all. This is just a dent. It's not a wet mark. The wet mark would come like right here. Everything else is good. So I think I've sealed this up pretty well. Can we see that? Is that thing? Yeah, there it is. You see that? It's still floating in there. The nozzle tip is still floating in there though. I gotta figure out a way to get that out. This is gonna be fun. Okay. So yeah, that's it for the Jawa builds. Definitely, do your price comparisons on Amazon, on PC Part Picker when you're looking at someone's build list if they don't put the prices out. But I really do like the listing that had the price all laid out. It was like I could quickly, boom, instantly say that RAM was it looked overpriced. But just so that I can be completely fair to them, let's look at Crucial Ballistics. Ballistics, 16 gigabytes, RGB. I think that's the RGB one. Yeah, so here's an ugly set. So it's unavailable. So that's the only thing about Amazon comparison sometimes. Like this is what that kit looks like, and it was set to white, I believe, right? It's one of these kits. But if we look at this this red one, it's kind of ugly. But let's see, 3200 megahertz. Like this one's like $90. So the RAM, I don't know if you bought it more expensive or something, but other people, like, RAM kits are even cheaper than this. Crucial Ballistics one, for some reason, the price is high right now. You can get RGB RAM for 3200 megahertz. And it'll be CL16, of course. The cheapest set is like this Team Group one I just used, $75, and I think these look great too. But we go to lowest price. If you go for non-RGB RAM, you're gonna be going into like $60 something territory. This is a really ugly kit. It's only 3000 megahertz, but this is $57. I personally would probably go for like this Team Group Vulcan Z's. We got 3200 megahertz CL16 here for $60, but obviously these ones are ugly. I would not buy these for RGB. I would keep going till you get to the Team Groups here. This is a little bit slower by 200 megahertz, but we do have the RGB, and I personally, Team Group is like one of my favorite like RAM designs. It just looks so sleek. Look at this thing. A lot of these other RAM, like these, I don't know, it feels like they're trying to do so much. This is so much simpler. This thing, these are the ugliest RAM I've ever seen in my entire life. It looks like Mugatu from Zoolander. I made that reference multiple times. It looks like this dude's hair. It looks like his hairline right here. You got that M shape going on. This is the Mugatu hairline RAM right there. But, alright, let's see. I think Dilly just updated to 3600. Yeah, so if it's 3600, it's a little bit more expensive. I don't think is it 120? 16 gigabyte RAM. Let me see. I could have sworn the premium wasn't that high. We got 30. Was it CL16 though? I guess that would make a difference. CL16. Yeah, CL16 3600. We got non-RGB for $82 right here. But where's them RGBs at? Ballistics unavailable. Even the Corsair Vengeance, which Corsair, you know they carry their premiums. We got 3600 CL16, unless yours is the CL14 kit. I didn't see. But we got it right here for $100. So yeah. No biggie though. Again, your build fee was low enough. It could you could shift the pricing around. But let's go to Twitter. All right, Christopher Coonan sent me something. Chris, are you still in chat, by the way? I don't know if you had to leave. So he bought this case for $60, and he wanted me to pull it up on stream. He's one of the mods, so it's not for sale right now. But this is a ES Gaming computer case. Two 200mm fans. Look at these fat fans right there. My issue with this case, let me click on this. A lot of the times, the cases have like a bezel that hides this. To me, first of all, this remote, he told me there should be an ARGB header on there. I'm not a fan of remotes. I like to control my RGB with the header, with the software. So if I lose this remote, which I do all the time, this remote that I use for controlling my RGB strips on my table, I lose this thing all the time. Like, I misplace it. So I'm not a fan of this, but if it has true RGB, then that's fine. I think it looks weird for the fan. Like, you see how the fan circle goes all the way up to the edge? It looks like this is missing a front to the case. I wish there was a bezel to like kind of frame it better. But otherwise, for $65, you have like a tempered two tempered glass sides. Let me look at some of these build pictures. Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. You do have ventilation coming in from the side. Yeah, so you can control the colors and stuff. It's not that fixed RGB. But yeah, it's out of stock though. Cases are weird. I was just having a talk with Tech by Matt about cases. We used to have so many good options for $50 or less cases, but now I feel like there's not as many. And it must be due to cases being big and more like heavier and take up more volume, just driving up cost of not only shipping like once it's in the US, but getting it over from overseas. So it kind of sucks because you honestly, for like solid cases, I feel like solid cases, they start at $70 if not $80, like from the big name brands like Corsair, Fantex, like NZXT, stuff like that. Then all the budget stuff, you got to cut some corners when you go with the budget cases. You're going with like jankier fans. You're going with, you know, just not as high quality, thick metal. But that's besides the point. Let's take a look at Twitter and see what kind of questions we have today. Hey, we got Mancraw. Oh no, Mancraw liked something. I thought Jan posted something. Found your added page. You found my Twitter. Okay. Also, there's not that many submissions today, which is kind of nice because we are running a bit overtime on stream. So let me open this real quick and let me look at what chat's been saying. So fugly RAM, indeed. You hate those wing alloy rams so much. Warman likes it though. Warman says I love them. How do you hate them? It's a preference thing, honestly. Yeah, I'm sure people out there like them, but they look too extreme for me. I like the more simpler things. Yeah, Shane Eslick says those Crucials are 109 AUD, which what's AUD to USD? Yeah, $75. So they are going for cheaper. Okay, what else? Extreme Zone says kind of tempted to upgrade my RAM from 16 gigabytes to 32 gigabytes. Okay. My go-to like default answer for people or like advice if you're asking for it is just I just heard the pump make a noise. I wonder if that was just bubbles clearing out. I don't see any leaks. But my advice is if your system is working fine right now, just leave it. Like, there's no point in buying more RAM if you're satisfied, like, your system isn't stuttering, you know, you're not getting, like, bad frame drops or bad performance in gaming and stuff. I would say just hold off. But, and there's, I think, like, for me personally, maybe it's different from person to person, but I think getting more storage, like more SSD storage, is way more valuable than RAM. For most people, right? If you're just gaming and stuff, 16 can hold you over. Whereas getting a new drive, I guess you can say, like, why do you need to hold all these Steam games you're not playing at the same time? So, yeah, it's just a preference thing. But let's go back to this. Would I tweak anything? Asked Chips. 1200K. Okay, have you bought this yet, or are you about to buy it? So you have 12600K and a Z690 mag bundle. So for 510, how much is the 12600K right now? Isn't it like 250? It's I guess it's going for more. It's going for 260. So I was pretty close. Newegg has it for 260. Wait, what? I just saw it for 260. How are you gonna do me like this, Newegg? I see it right here for 260. What are you doing? What are you doing? Other sellers have it for 260? No, not even. And new and used? Okay. Google is smoking something because the price here isn't right. But anyways, okay. Now I see why it's 510 bucks. Samsung 981 terabyte for 110. Okay, that's actually not bad for a Samsung SSD. 2 times 16 gigabytes. So yep, that looks about right. About $80-ish for Trident Zeos. Lian Li fan packs. Those Lian Li fans are expensive. $100 for 3 fans. That's something that I would try to avoid as much as possible, but it's Lian Li. You got a 360 millimeter AIO. That comes with fans too, right? For 160. So yeah, you got your Lian Li fan stuff going on here. Supernova 850 80 plus gold for 130. That looks fine. Where's the EVGA for the Win Ultra 3 for 8? Okay, yeah. This, honestly, I don't think I would change anything on this build. Everything looks pretty solid. Let's see. Yeah. Could you get a cheaper motherboard and like pop this? You're like 70 or 80 bucks away from a 12700K. Like, could you get a cheaper motherboard, still a Z690, and hop up to it? Because I don't know, for 300 bucks almost for this versus like 360 like we saw for a 12700K. I feel like the better value is a 12700K. But either way, this looks good. I wouldn't have much tweaks for this. Nothing pops out of me. All right, we got Johannes. Let's see. What else we got here? Local used deals on cases can be great because no one wants to pay to ship them either. Okay, so I want to talk about that. The only thing you have to worry about if you were to buy a used case is not the dirt and the dust and stuff. That's fine. A lot of the times, and it's funny because me and Tech by Matt actually just talked about this morning. Like, a lot of the times when you build, like with your case, you know how it comes with like extra accessories? It comes with that box that sometimes has like extra SSD brackets, SSD grommets. So maybe you pull something off from the case that you don't need, and then you put it in a closet somewhere and you forget about it, and then like, that's the only issue about buying used cases. I feel like sometimes people might lose the extra bits and accessories that come with it, so then you're not getting a complete case, which if you don't have any special needs or uses for it, then it's fine. But if you need like those extra SSD brackets that screw onto the back of the motherboard tray and it was removed and it's not there, that's the only thing you need to worry about. But you can get some pretty big discounts buying used for that reason, because people cannot ship the cases. It's not worth shipping a $40 used case for $40, you know? So yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. So look in your used market, but my used market, when I looked, I didn't have too much luck. Nothing that I wanted to pick up anyways. All the nice cases, people actually keep their builds in it, so... but back to this. So, Johannes says, this is my newly built PC and desk setup. I know cable management is lacking. Sorry. First of all, you don't need to apologize to me for cable management. I'm just going to point it out, but there's nothing to be sorry about. Desktop is a Ryzen 7 5800X, 3070 Ti, for the Win Ultra Gaming, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Laptop is ROG Zephyrus G15 with a Ryzen 9. That is a beefy laptop in terms of specs. So this is Jay Linder. Let's take a look at these pictures. So you do have the D700 Flux case. Is that what the case name is? I built in it, but I've already forgotten. And then we got the build's on the ground. We got hardwood. You got your internet speed there too. You got fast internet according to this speed test that you have here. But yeah, you do have your laptop on the side. Monitors. Your blinds are looking like this single blind needs a replacement. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to roast you here. But yeah, I love the corner L desk setups. Being a L desk person myself for many years now, yeah, I'm all about that L desk. So I like that. But the build, it's kind of hard to see everything going on inside here. Cable management. Okay, you have a fan here. I don't know if this is that necessary to have this fan down here. It doesn't hurt, but I know there's like a grill there. So what you're doing is, what I think the airflow path of this is going to be, these fans are pulling in through the mesh front. Some air is getting pulled down into the power supply basement, and you're sucking it up here. I think naturally, due to like just the fluid dynamics of it, this graphics card would already pull whatever air is from down there. But I guess now you have a little bit more velocity, so it could be improving the temperatures. I just think it looks a little weird to have this single fan on the power supply shroud. But either way, very solid PC specs. I like your setup. Again, you already know you can clean up the cable management somewhat, but very solid specs and system. I'm sure it serves you very well. Thank you for sharing. All right, what else we got here? That might be it, which would be an easy night for me. It is. All right, so I can hear Melissa chopping stuff upstairs already, so we're gonna get ready to end stream here in a bit. I'm gonna hang out with chat just because we had a lot going on this stream. So let's see what do y'all want to talk about for the end of stream? Sorry to ask, showed up late. Did it leak? It has not leaked yet. So we're gonna take a look at this real quick again. So here's the system. It's still running. Yeah, you can still see that it's running there. The water's flowing through that pump. It's really hard to see. So there's no bubbles. There's like tons of bubble in the reservoir. Death, are you still here? Do those go away? Or Shauner, do you know? I don't know if these bubbles ever completely go away because, you know, we have some agitation of the propeller down here. But if you look at any of these other tubes, like you cannot see the water flowing because it's that uniform going through each of the runs. So we don't have any leaks going on right now. I think I'm good to go, but I'll keep leaving this running the rest of the night until I go to sleep, in which I'll shut it off and continue it tomorrow. But it was a success, kind of. Except for that nozzle getting stuck in the reservoir. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's going to be fun to talk to my Corsair rep about. I feel like such a novice for having that happen. Like, seriously, I couldn't even put a squeeze bottle into there and get liquid inside without screwing that up too. But yeah, fun times. It's meant to be there, and there's a mesh cutout on the bottom of the back of the case. On the bottom of the back of the case for the pull air into the anti-flux case. Now that I'm actually, did I use that when I built with it? Yeah. I'm trying to think now. Isn't that fan like a reverse fan? One of the fan blades they provided, I think it was like a reverse direction. Now, okay. Now you're jogging my memory. I think I remember now. Let me take a look. Yeah, there it is. And it is, I think it is a reverse blade. Yeah, you can see the way it is. I mean, okay. Here's a picture of the DF700. I'm curious though how much of a difference it makes. I don't think I tested it. Did I leave that off? I have such a bad memory. But I think it would be fine without that. It did come with the fan. So yeah, you're right. Per design of this case, it's meant to be on top of the PSU chamber, 120mm reverse fan. It's on top of it, which pulls cool air into the case via the ventilation at the right panel. I mean, yeah, I guess for them to have put that in there, they probably did their they had thermal engineers doing this. So, I think aesthetically though, it is not the prettiest thing. Yeah, I don't have that case anymore. That's the PC I gave away, so I can't test it. Like, I should have tested that. Stango Bongo, are you planning for an upgrade? And if so, will you go for GPU? So yeah, I talked about it earlier on stream. I am planning on doing a PC upgrade. I'm going to be changing cases out, which I'm the most excited about because I have the case. Let me pull the case real quick. that bacon smells good. Almost done, babe. I am almost done. Okay. This is the case I'm building in next. I've talked about it on Twitter. You guys have probably seen other builders or PC channels build in this case, but you know me. You know that right there. That's why I'm building in this. So yeah, this is the height. What the heck is this thing called again? Oh, Revolt 3. There it is. Yeah, so I'm a fan of these vertical towers because of how little space they take up. Look at that. Look how little space that takes up on my desk. Vertical tower right there. This one doesn't have a handle though. This one's gonna have a handle for all my LAN party needs. And has this kind of random, like, it has like a headphone holder post thing that sticks out too. So yeah, this is gonna be what my new system's gonna be in. It's not gonna be white. This is a black version of the case though. So yeah, and I'm switching to Intel. So that's like a few weeks out. I won't have that done probably till June. So thoughts on the Meshalicious case. So I actually have a Meshalicious as well sitting back there on the rack. I haven't built in it yet, but the Meshalicious, I think it's roomier than my current case and roomier than this Revolt. So it's a little bit bigger, but I mean, honestly, I like the look of it. The Meshalicious is, I think it's pretty popular in terms of like vertical meshed, like PC cases. Idea to sell Danny a new car. Put a handle on the roof. Exactly. Height. Isn't that meant for tall people? Hey. I'm trying to feel tall by using a height case. Let's see. What GPU are you looking to get for the new? So I'm not gonna tell you the GPU and CPU specifically, but it is gonna be Intel NVIDIA. But I'm gonna, I think, switch out to an AMD card very soon after I like do that build and I do that video. Yeah. I have not, dude, Kevin, I have not had this. This has been like a hectic last few weeks for me, especially with the RX 6650 stuff that went on, because I got my sample late from Power Color, so I had less time to like plan that build out and do everything, and then to get it uploaded on embargo day, which is a weekday. Yeah, that screwed up my sleep schedule. 6900 XTs on Newegg. Let's look at that. There should be a 6900 XT nice edition. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Let's look at the browser real quick. Here it is. It's the Gigabyte Gaming OC. So it's not the Eagle, so it looks a little bit better. It does, yeah, so it has a silver backplate finish. But you got $8.99 with a $50 rebate. I hate rebates. Like, I know it's free money back, but like, can you just give us a discount and not make us waste printer paper, ink, an envelope, and a stamp to send you this? I know you're trying to make it as hard as possible for me to get my money back, and if I do something slightly wrong, you're gonna reject my rebate, and you force me to put the original UPC cutout on here, not a copy of it, the one UPC barcode cutout that I have. You force me to send it to you, but I always take pictures of it anyways. Yeah, but there you go, $50 rebate. You got an $850 card with probably 80-ish bucks in tax from some people, for me in Washington, and you got a pretty solid card here. Let's see, what else? Insane value, yeah. Mail-in rebate. What are you guys' cutoff for mail-in rebate? I've done mail-in rebates for as low as $10. I have not done anything for $5. There are some $5 mail-in rebates. I'm just like, screw you, I'm not buying you, or I'm just gonna buy you and not even go through the hassle. But I have filled out some $10 mail-in rebates back in the day. I feel like mail-in rebates I don't see them as often anymore on some like good deals. They're still there here. They're still there here and there, but I don't feel like they're as like prevalent as they were in the past. $30 is for Sean Carter, aka Shauner, for those of you guys who don't know. Okay, $30. Yeah, mail and rebate poll. We gotta run them polls. What is your minimum you will jump through hoops for a mail-in rebate? We got $5. We got $10. Add options. We can only add so many options. 20, and then we'll go 30 as well. Alright, we only got 4 options. All my homies hate mail-in rebate. I mean, everyone in this chat probably hates mail-in rebates. I don't know anyone who loves mail-in rebates, so we're all your homies, I guess. Let's see. Jake says, bought my 3070 Ti for the Win 3 for $760. I think that's the new price. Yeah, indeed. Jake, did you buy that after you got your Micro Center job, or did you buy that long before? Can you go in and say, can I get a price adjustment, please? I had to email, so Kale says, had to email Enermax about a rebate today from February. At that point, I feel like they're gonna say, yeah, that's gone, long gone now. Hey, we got Jay Linder becoming a channel member. Thank you for the support. Nerd on a big budget too. I gotta get you added to the membership shout out. But yeah, thanks for the support again. Thanks for everybody, even if you're not on this list, but you're here on the stream and you're on the video comments. It means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. We got about 5 more minutes. I'll end at 7:30. Still no leaks, so I will take that as a win. Traveler Gaming says, as a rule of thumb now, I refuse to buy anything that involves mail-in rebate. It's just Newegg, so I avoid them. Amazon has some new mail-in rebates too. They're not very common, but they're in that same area where you would find that clip for the instant coupon type thing. Which again, like, who does not click that instant coupon when they have them, the promotions on Amazon? Drink water, he says. Y'all should be drinking water or whatever the heck you're drinking too. I moisturize my lips, but I can feel them getting very chapped right now. So I'm trying not to get too close to the camera so you can be disgusted by my chapped lips. I picked 30, but I probably wouldn't even bother unless it's 50 plus. Yeah, I probably should put 30 plus. But we got some people willing to jump through the hoop. We got almost a quarter of the people in here willing to do a $5 mail-in rebate. Or from the 30 votes. So, let's see. Bro, how do you still not have a Discord? It's because I'm not trying to deal with... First of all, if I'm in a Discord, I think the average person who hangs out in Discord a lot of the times, and this is from experience, I've seen it from other Discord servers, from other content creators, and even Jawas, the average age of a person who's hanging out on Discord all day is pretty young, and it just... there's so much drama and all that stuff. I cannot deal with having my name slapped on that and having to either break up little petty fights. If Death Tech is here, maybe he can chime in on that. But I'm not trying to deal with, like, you know, teenage drama and stuff that goes on behind the scenes because it happened on my Discord server. And then I gotta get moderators which moderating is kind of a thankless job. For the streams, it's a lot easier, right? Because we have a 2-hour session. Plus, I'm pretty here actively the entire stream. But for a Discord server that's on 24/7, you need to have moderators that are on point, that can hit stuff when you're sleeping and at work and stuff. Yeah. That's the reason. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. But yeah, I have a pretty strong opinion about it. I did make a Discord server. I just have not made it active. Like, I went through, I'm like, oh, what's it like to make a channel and stuff? So I do have a Discord server that I'm the only person that's in it, in case I do decide to, you know, cross the line to make a Discord server. But right now, I'm enjoying my stay at... I'm primarily stay at Jawa's, in the Jawa Discord server. Like, I try to help out there, you know, when people ask for either tech advice or, like, price checking and stuff. And just the general chat. I'm pretty active there. But, yeah, I don't want to be, like, the king of my own Discord server, if that makes sense. Let's see, what else? Shane Essex says, you being in daylight savings with me standard time on mental health days, I get to be here the whole stream. Shane, just you being in Australia and attending the stream, I appreciate you so much. And anyone else who is here, well, I appreciate everybody, right? Even if you're from the US. But extra, if you are from like another part of the world where it's like a weird hour of the day for you to come and hang out. So, many millionaires clip coupons. I mean, it adds up, right? Yeah, mail-in rebates. I had a Cooler Master NR200 case that had a mail-in rebate through Amazon specifically. Extreme Zone says mail-in rebates are not a good way to get return customers. Just straight bad business. I agree, but it's still a common thing in 2022 for some reason. Like, couldn't you do an email in rebate? Can we become more like environmentally conscious and like go digital with the mail-in rebates? Yeah. Hey, Lad Boo Boo. We're actually about to end stream here. It is 7:30, so all right, I gotta end the stream. We gotta eat some dinner. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Thank you for witnessing my first water cooling custom loop. Witnessing me mess up filling it up. I don't know how I could mess that up, but witnessing no leaks. This is pretty big for me in terms of like PC projects. I've never done anything like this, so for it to go as well as it did, I'm thankful for. But yeah, for everyone who just hangs out in chat each and every single week, I appreciate you keeping chat lit. We're building a pretty awesome community here of people who just, every Wednesday night we get together, we chill, hang out, talk about PC parts and whatever projects I have up my sleeve. And then just, sharing y'all's PCs, sharing y'all's setups, and helping people who do have questions about how they can tweak their build lists and things like that. So, yeah, very happy with the progress we've been making with the streams. But with that said, I'm going to go eat now. So I hope everyone has a great rest of their evening or day, wherever you are in the world. Hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend coming up. There's not going to be a full video this weekend. There's going to be the extended benchmarks from the build that I just released on Tuesday because I had a Tuesday video. But yeah, so I'll see you in the comments of that and in next week's stream. Everyone have a great night and I will see you. Bye-bye.